It's fantastic to be back with another fresh episode of Just Nigeria, brought to you by the BBC and Channels Television. Here, we track stories in the news and online and dissect them. I am Wale Fakile. Let's kick off with our top story. Earlier this year, Nigerians saw the Naira fall like a pack of cards against major international currencies. The Nigerian currency lost value in a historic dip that surged the prices of many household consumables and bled out the manufacturing sector. But in the last few weeks, the Naira has made a significant comeback, so much so that it is said to be one of the best performing currencies in the world. In this story, Just Nigeria's Mercy Frank speaks to experts to understand the fundamentals behind this unprecedented value gain and what it means or might mean for you.
The Nigerian Naira, the lifeblood of the country's economy, has in recent times suffered the most turbulence yet since its adoption in 1973. Like a swimmer caught in a tsunami, the Naira for months dipped against major currencies, no thanks to an obsessive comparison to the dollar.
Before, people could have dollars position, give it to a Nigerian bank and take a Naira loan.
In a surprising reversal, the Naira has begun to climb like a creeping plant, desperately in need of sunlight.
April saw the Naira emerge as the best performing currency globally.
For the first time in history over the past 15 years, we have never seen where even the open market is lower than the CBN rate.
But there are mounting discontent about the delay in impact and concerns that this comeback might be short-lived. March was the first time in 2024 that the Naira strengthened to 1,250 Naira from a whopping 1,600 Naira against the dollar in the official Nigerian foreign exchange market. As at the filing of this report, the appreciation has been sustained.
Our foreign exchange market is experiencing robust activities, with turnover reaching levels not seen in over 7 years.
Sector players say some factors are responsible for this gain.
The fact that the CBN has been able to clear the backlog of maturing obligations in the foreign exchange market.
There is a signaling effect, and the country has gone stern on platforms people were using USD to trade either cryptos or peer-to-peer trading and all forms of tradings we saw in the market.
Central bank gave some dollars to the bureau de change operators, to the BDCs, consistently over $1 million for the past 4 weeks.
The security network also came in to play an important role in removing some of the wrongdoing and some of the illegality that also was putting pressure on the exchange rate.
While speculators and dollar-thirsty individuals hope to leverage on the strength of the dollar, keen watchers of the Nigeria's economy say looking the other way benefits the country better.
We are going to notice that we'll start to source our raw materials, spares, and machines that are not locally available. We'll be able to source them at rates that are lower, which means that our cost of production may become lower, and the rate at which we pay our import duty will also be lower.
The level of confidence in the economy is improving because the speculative activities in the economy contributed enormously to the depreciation in the currency.
The CBN says that we've had $2.3 billion in foreign portfolio investment coming to the country.
While the exchange rates are visible to all, the tangibility of the Naira gain remains elusive to everyday Nigerians, especially on the prices of consumables.
No, things not come down. Some not come down.
They say this one to 2,000. Now in 3,000.
Red Gary 1-2.
and we dey buy 800 before, white one 500, 600. This 4,800. But before, with 2,000, 1,008, I will get the plantain.
Experts explain this divergence between what the exchange rate dashboard says and its reflection in the prices of products.
I think we should start seeing it in the next purchase cycle, and typically it will take about 1 to 2 months from now.
We need to give them some time to exhaust current stock. So by the time they begin to replace with stock that they procure at a much lower cost.
In a swift response to the complaints of Nigerians about the prices of items in the markets, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Agency conducted targeted pricing enforcement in select stores in Abuja, the Nigerian capital.
I think it's a decision that we need to re-examine, because there are so many things that tie into the cost of a product.
I believe markets should regulate. I believe that what you should do is have laws and watch for when people have broken the laws.
While consumers look forward to the crash in prices of goods and services, one riddle that has lingered in the minds of average Nigerians is the connection between dollar rates and local produce.
If because of exchange rates, the pump price of PMS goes up, for instance, the woman who goes to the market, her cost of transportation will go up. She has to do replacement pricing.
Most of our fertilizers are coming from abroad. So because of that import factor, that is where the exchange rate issue is coming in. These people are having to buy their fertilizers at 1,500 naira to $8. At a point, they were buying the fertilizers at 1,900 naira to $8. And that is feeding directly into the cost of producing these things.
Government's efforts to make the Naira competitive seem to be paying off. But there is the question of whether this calls for celebration or cautious optimism.
Let's not forget that we have insecurity that has reduced harvest, that has reduced how people are able to plant.
So long as what you need is sourced with dollar, you always be at the mercy of the rates that it imposes on your currency.
We remain vigilant, recognizing the challenges that persist, such as elevated inflation driven by rising food prices, transportation costs, and energy expenses.
Are there possibilities the value of the Naira will keep shoving the dollar down beyond its current rates?
Between 1,250, we can find a way to build around that.
I think the minimum we should get before we start celebrating is where we were before, around 700, 750.
For the Naira to fulfill its mandate of becoming the symbol of Nigeria's economic vitality, experts insist there are steps that must not be leapfrogged.
Domestic production needs to increase so that we are importing less.
And we need to be able to intentionally promote buy made in Nigeria.
Support all the initiatives around non-oil export.
The fate of the Naira is intricately linked to everyday lives of Nigerians, shaping their purchasing power and economic prospects. As it continues to hang on the hinges of stronger foreign currencies, the question of what lie ahead lingers. Its upward or downward trajectory remains dependent on various factors, including continued government intervention and adjustments based on economic realities. Mercy Frank, Gist Nigeria.
Understanding the Naira surge. Interesting. What do you think about the recent performance of the Naira in the forex market? Share your thoughts with us on X at Gist Nigeria TV. We will like to hear from you.